So I was thinking about something today. I don't know if I've told you guys before, but part of my job is taking the bank deposits to the bank. I call it the bank drop. I don't know if that's what it technically is called, but I just call it the bank drop. Um, I take the bag and then they deposit the money. It's funny. So it's funny to me because a lot of times they'll ask me, it's like, is that all? I'm like, I don't know. They just give me the bag and told me to bring it over here. I don't even know what's in the bag half the time. So I don't know. Um, so it's funny to me. Um, but like I've said before, that a lot of times I can't help but overhear something. And so that's part of what intrigues me about the bank is that it's so loud. Today was probably the loudest day. This idiot behind me is having a conversation so loud. I knew all her business. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened to the time when we were such a polite society? You know, people didn't use their phones in public. People didn't talk loud where the whole world could know their whole business. You know, what happened to the time when we spoke softly? It's like, shh, I don't want everybody to hear. Now it's like, I don't give a fuck who hears about all my business. I want everybody to know all the shit that's going on in my pathetic loser life. And I'm just like, I don't need to hear all your pathetic loser life. I don't really care. But it seems like people are more inclined to air their dirty laundry than it. Remember back in the day when we were more discreet about the shit that was going on in our lives, right? We didn't want people to know what we were doing. Now it seems like because of cell phones, you want everybody to know every single aspect of your life, whether it's good or bad, right? She's on the phone. That person's on the phone. The lady at the window is literally. And I was telling one of the guys at work, they need to have some kind of like microphone system where you can talk to each other and not have to be. I literally have heard people say that they're withdrawing $3,000 and I want it all in big bills. There's no security walking you to your car. That lady today was giving out her personal. I could hear her saying her social, and that guy right there looked suspicious, right? And nobody in the bank cares because all they care about is, you know, them making money. But that guy literally looked like he was writing down her information because she's saying it all loud. And I'm like, why would you make somebody say their social security number so loud? And I'm thinking to myself, I have my card in my wallet. I would just give him the social security card. Tell him, here, I'm not going to say it out loud. Sometimes I don't even like saying it over the phone. And I tell him, I'm not going to tell you my information over the phone because anybody could be listening. 9 times out of 10, I'm just giving them a hard time because they're unaware of how stupid it is to give your information over the phone, right? With all the identity theft that's going on, they make you give all this information over the phone, and I don't understand why. But I think in a situation like a bank, they should be more concerned about that. And Bank of America really doesn't seem to care that they're asking you to say, give me your date of birth, give me your social, what's your PIN. They don't tell you to write it down. They tell you to say it over the air where everybody can hear. And the glass is so thick that they have to shout so they can hear each other. It was so funny yesterday. I felt bad for the young lady, but I also thought it was funny because it's an old lady. I mean, this lady was like 1,050 years old, right? And she, what? And the lady behind the glass, the young lady, kept repeating herself like 3 or 4 times. Every time she shouted the same thing over and over. And you could tell she was getting frustrated because she kept repeating herself. But it's because, one, the lady's old, and two, you got that thick glass. It's hard to hear, especially when you're old. you know. But something did, and I know that it sounded like I just went on a big ass rant, but something did dawn on me today. You know, like that lady, and there was another old lady, and there's a bunch of old people that go into the bank and they withdraw all this money, right? There's one lady, like I said, they say their business so loud that I can hear everything they say. Apparently, she gets a social security check and an SSI check, so she literally gets like $800 a month. I don't know how the fuck she does it, but she gets like $800 a month, and she needed to withdraw money so she could pay her bills. And I'm thinking to myself, one, why is nobody helping her? Two, why does she have to withdraw money to pay her bills? It's like these old people do not realize that you can do this shit online. So you don't have to go to the bank, withdraw money, then go to HEB, pay HEB a fucking fee to pay your electricity bill and your cable bill and all this bullshit, right? And if you don't have a way to get around, like I said, she was 1,050. Instead of having to go to all these different places, you just do it online. But I'm also thinking to myself, in 30, 40 years, how am I going to be paying my bills? Am I going to be able to do it online? Is it going to be different? Is it going to be a different situation where I'm going to need help paying my bills? But that's the kind of shit I think about when I'm at the bank. Especially like today, there was a long line, and sometimes I don't care because I'm on the clock. So I'm just like, I'm not in a hurry. But then you see all these people and they're getting frustrated and they're like, God, I'm in such a hurry because I'm so important and my time is so important that, you know, that's why I'm at the bank in the middle of the day. I don't care, but you can tell that all these people, you know, they have such an awesome life to get to. That's why they're in a hurry. But sometimes it's only one teller, 15 people in line. And it's funny to me because I'm not in a hurry, but sometimes you could see them rushing. And like one time, one of the tellers was rushing where she messed up the paperwork because she was rushing, and it would look like a 4, but it was a 9. But to me, it looked like a 4. So she just put 4 instead of asking or double checking, which if you were doing your job properly, you would 5 plus 4 is 9. So it's a 9. Not 5 plus 4 is a 4 because it looks like a 4. And she even told me when I went back, she's like, oh, it could have been a 4 or a 9. Yeah, but if you would have added it up, you would have seen that it was a 9. So, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I think about when I'm at the bank.